got my real estate license. You're licensed to sell most any type of real estate. You can do rentals, residential, commercial, whatever. But I was kind of all over the place when I started because I really just wanted to sell real estate. I wanted to be in the real estate game, right? And I did really well for a while. I mean, the numbers don't matter, but I mean, I was like in the top 3% of all the realtors in the US. So let's just say I was doing well, but I wasn't doing really well because I was all over the place. I was working too hard trying to learn everything because, number one, everything was new, but I was wanting to be all things to all people. I remember reading a new construction prospectus once for a buyer of mine. Still have nightmares about that. So maybe you can learn from my mistake, and hopefully this will help you. And what changed my business is pretty simple. What changed my business, what changed my life, was when I wrote down my job description. And more specifically, like, who was my ideal client? Who did I really think that I could do the best job for? So, all right, so let's just say I'm the real estate Santa. You know, what are you gonna ask me for this Christmas? You know, assuming you've been nice, right? Are you gonna ask me for a $1.2 million house to sell, or are you gonna ask me for a $400,000 house to sell? And that was the dilemma for me, because I thought, you know, hey, I want, you know, like the $1.2 million house and everything like that. And when I did get one of those, you know, it's a lot of work. You really have to prepare quite a bit, you know, before the showings. There's not too many people on the planet that can plop down $1.2 million cash for a house, because, you know, you typically can't get a mortgage for a $1.2 million house. The sellers have very high expectations because they're paying you a lot of money to do a good job for them, and you want to do a good job for them. Versus the $400,000 house. And that's kind of the point of this video. Once I realized, you know, what I wanted to be when I grew up, what I wanted to do in real estate, that's what I became. So the standard question that I would get is, hey, Tim, what do you do? What do you do for a living? And you guys get that too. You know, what do you do for a living? So my answer was, I sell residential real estate, specializing in working with sellers in the $300,000 to $600,000 price range. So I don't do rentals, I don't sell gas stations. I specialize in helping people who have houses in the $300,000 to $600,000 price range. I help them sell their houses in a quick and efficient manner for a very good price. Guess what? Once you tell people that this is what you do, and this is who you are, this is what you do, this is what you're looking for, their brain immediately goes to people who they know who are looking for an agent who does that. So if I said to you, look, hey, I'm looking for a good private school for my daughter, you're not going to tell me about some school that's in Jacksonville that's just really, really good, because, you know, like 4 hours each way is kind of a long commute to drop your kid off at school, right? But what you are going to tell me about is, you're going to tell me about schools that are in my area that you've heard good things about, either personally or from others you know, right? Your brain goes to others who you know, whose kids went there. Oh, I know this person and their kids went there and they had a really good experience. So it's the same thing when you answer that question. So what do you do? If you specialize in working with folks who want to sell their home for a really good price without all the hassles of a typical real estate commission transaction in a $300,000 to $600,000 range, then their brains will immediately go to people who they know that fit in that category. Because we all know people who are, you know, moving jobs, having another child, having children head off to college and maybe they need to downsize. Sometimes they're even going through a divorce. I mean, sometimes it's sad circumstances. But if you come up to me and you ask me, hey, so Tim, hey, what is it that you do? And I say, well, I specialize in helping people who have houses in the $300,000 to $600,000 range sell their house in kind of a quick and efficient manner for, you know, a pretty good price. They're immediately going to go to the young couple they know, for instance, that has a 3-bedroom house and they have 2 children already and 1 on the way, and they're going to tell them about this real estate guy who specializes in helping people just like you, and you should give this guy a call because he specializes in this. So in summary, I mean, it might sound a little silly to turn away all these other types of deals, renters, $1 million listings, gas stations, etc. But once you do, what you're left with is your best payday, your ideal client, the deals that you love doing, and the sellers that you can do the best job for, right? If somebody wanted to buy a gas station, I can't do my best job for them, but I can do the best job for this type of seller. These are the deals that bring you joy because you know exactly how to stage the house. You know exactly how to market the house. You know exactly which buyers are looking for a house like this. So you probably even have buyers in mind. In fact, you actually probably develop a following, a list of buyers who are following you since you're listing these types of properties, right? You become known as the guy or gal who lists these types of properties, so buyers would seek you out. So it's kind of a little bit all over the place, but I'm just telling you, if you just kind of just focus on what your ideal client is, then you can do a better job for them. You'll have more fun, you'll have more joy, you'll attract more buyers, which will help you get more sellers, that type of thing. So it just makes it all a lot more fun. It allows you to do a better job for your ideal client. And I would just encourage you, just take a second, like right on the back of an envelope, on the back of a napkin, like right now, who would be your ideal client and why? And then how would you feel if right now you had 5 clients just like that, this very minute? Like, how would you feel about things? I'm telling you, identifying your ideal client will not only allow you to get more of them, but you'll have more joy, you'll have more fun in the real estate business, you'll be able to do a better job for them, but most importantly, you're gonna have more time with your family. Since you're not trying to be all things to all people, you can actually get the job done in fewer hours, which, we live, we work so hard so that we can spend time with our friends and family, not reading, condo, new construction documents, I guess. So anyway, you're just gonna find that you're gonna have more time since you're not trying to be all real estate things to all real estate people. So hope that helps. Until next time, think big, serve big. Take care.